Welcome. In this session, we are going to develop a web application using PHP and MySQL. Application objective is we are going to develop a profession application in which we are going to give name of a random user and randomly a profession will be selected from database and will be displayed on the web page for the user. Let's get started. Here on our Linux instance, we have installed MySQL improved extensions. Now we want to restart our MySQL server so that we can proceed to creation of databases. So we are going to restart the service, MySQL stop, and I'm going to restart the service using MySQL start. Once MySQL service is running, we are going to create the database for the application first. To do this, we are going to execute MySQL -u, your root user, and we are going to provide a password. You remember we set the password as ABCDE12345. For security reasons, password will not be displayed on console. Once we press enter, now we are logged into our MySQL account. At the moment, if we show databases in this MySQL database engine, there are 3 databases available. We are going to create a new database. Name of the database will be create database. Let's call it as profdb. This will be our profession DB. So we have created a database known as profdb. Now we are going to select the database profdb. Within the database, we are going to create a table jobs, create table jobs, and within this table, we are going to create a column known as job name, and the job name column will be text type. So table is created. Now we are going to insert some random values to the profession in the job names here. To do this, we'll go to our Linux, to the web instance, and on Google, we want to get the list of professions available. So we can simply type in profession list, and now what we have is, we get a list of professions available. So we are going to take some funny professions here. Let's say, to make it a funny application, we are going to take some funny and low profile professions. Let's say we are going to insert into jobs, we are going to insert job name, and we are going to insert values, and within values we want to insert the value. The first will be laborer. Now we are going to insert another values, like we want to supply information like midwife. So we are going to enter midwife. Then we are going to have a profession something like secretary. We can add in multiple professions in this way. So now we have added multiple professions, and we can see what all professions are added to the database. So we can select start from jobs, and once we do that, we can see that we have around 12 professions added to jobs table in our profdb database. Now we have to proceed to write an application which is going to receive a name, and randomly it is going to select a job name from the database and is going to display it on the web browser. To do that, we are going to write an application in PHP programming language, and to do that, we are going to make use of an IDE known as Eclipse. We are going to use Eclipse IDE for PHP programming. To do this, we'll go to the desktop directory and we'll get started with Eclipse. To do that, we have the Eclipse installation available. Once the Eclipse gets started, we are going to create a new workspace here and let's say we are going to create a workspace in C directory with the name BVP Cloud 1 here. Let's click on OK. We are getting started with Eclipse. We'll get started with a new project, and to create a new project we can go to PHP Explorer, we can right click, create a new project. This project will be a PHP project. Name of the project will be Profession App. Within this Profession App we are going to create a new PHP file, and we are going to call this file as index.php. Within this index.php file, we are going to get started with the application code. Get started with the PHP code here. To get started with the PHP code, using PHP, first of all, we are going to receive a GET request from the browser, and we are going to receive an argument known as name in the GET request, and we are going to store that in a name variable in PHP. So we are going to receive a GET request, and within the GET request we are going to receive a name argument, and whatever value is received, it will be stored inside name variable in PHP. Now once we did that, now we need to specify database connection properties. So in order to specify that, we need 4 information. The first information required is the host on which database is running. So at the moment we have installed our database on localhost on our Linux instance. So host will be this. Then in order to connect to MySQL, we have to specify name of the account of MySQL engine which we want to connect to. So we are going to connect to root account on MySQL. Then the password for that root account is ABCDE12345. So we are going to specify the password. We are going to specify the database name to which we want to connect to, and the database name will be ProfessionDB. Now we have got the connection properties available. Now we are going to create a connection to database. To do this, we are going to create an object con, and using new MySQLi improved extensions, we are going to create an extension. New MySQLi takes 4 arguments. The first is the host name on which your database is running, the user to which you want to connect to, password of the user account, and the database which you want to connect to. So we have specified the connection properties here, and we have made a connection, and now the connection is available within con. Now we are going to create a query to select random profession from jobs. To do this, we are going to create a query object, and within this query we are going to write select job name from jobs, order by random, limit 1. The significance of this SQL command is, let's test that on our MySQL engine. So if we execute the same command, if we execute something like this, select job name from jobs table, where we can directly execute order by random function, and we want to limit the record to 1. So let's say if we execute this statement, we get 1 row in return. So randomly we have got electrician this time. If we execute again, we get midwife this time. If we execute again, we get secretary this time. So you can see that randomly we are accessing job name from jobs table randomly. Now what we have to do, we'll go to the code here, and we have written the SQL statement. So once we have written the SQL statement, now what we have to do is we have to execute query on database. To do this, we are going to execute the query using this query method, and within this query method we are going to pass our query argument, which is the query variable which we just created above. Whenever the query gets executed, the result will be stored within a variable known as result. Once we have got the result, so we'll do if we have got rows returned. So we are going to set a condition. So we set the condition somehow like this: if $result has number of rows returned which is greater than 0, and this signifies the rows returned. So here you can see that 1 row returned, so 1 will be greater than 0. So if we have got successful execution, we are going to get associative array of results, and to do this we are going to save every individual row within an object row. We are going to get the associative array from the result variable. This while loop will execute till the number of rows available within your result. So row by row, every row will be received within the row object, and from this row object we are going to get the column job name, and we are going to keep that inside a variable job name in PHP. So once we have got the random job name selected, then what we can do is we can simply print an HTML statement. Let's say we are going to put in a heading, and within this heading we are going to define $name, which is received from the get request, will be concatenated to name will become, and we are going to concatenate the profession, and the profession is stored inside job name, will become something after years of struggle. So let's say we have created a random message here, so this will be generated. So now this is the code, this is the application code or our business logic which we have created and will be executed on the server. So let's just Control A and copy the code, and once we copy the code, we are going to paste the code in the index file here. So now on the server we need to create an index file which will be accessible through the browsers. Since we have Apache server installed, Apache server identifies file within the World Wide Web directory, and path to the directory is inside / in root directory we have a variable directory, within that we have a www directory, and within that we have an HTML directory. If you execute ls command, within this we have an index.html. If you open this index.html, you can see that this is the code for that Apache 2 Debian default page which we have recently opened. This was the page. So now we are going to modify the code of this web page, and to do this we are going to close it. We are going to remove index.html, and we are going to create a new web page with the name index.php. Now we are going to paste the code which we have written here. We are going to save the code using Ctrl O, and we are going to close using Ctrl X. Once the code has been saved here, now we can see that we can proceed to the cloud instance on the IP address. Let's say this is the IP address. So at the moment we have provided no name. So what we will do, we are going to provide /index.php, and we are going to provide the argument name. And let's say by chance if we want to test, let's say my name is Devanshu Shukla, so I'm testing with my name. So let's say Devanshu will become laborer after years of struggle. So that is very funny. Now The next part is, let's say we take some other names. Let's say I would like to take Salman Khan as the name, and we'll see he will also become the laborer. Then we have something like Shahrukh Khan. I'm taking random names, so you can see that he will become engineer. So this is how our application is working. So now you can see that it was very easy to create an instance on Google Cloud, write your own application logic, deploy it on a server, and it is accessible to the world at the moment. Later what you can do is you can point the domain name to this IP address so that users will be able to access your application through simple domain names. Thank you for watching.